What's going on, Pats Nation? This is the CLNS Patriots Roundtable, and you got your host here, Marv is on. I got my brother with me, Mike. Nice. You can see us at the Patriots post-game show, and we're just going to be breaking it down. Shout out to our boy Nick, who hosts this show with us. He's in Ireland right now, living his best life. But right now, Mike, let's break down this Patriots game yesterday, Sunday, against the Miami Dolphins. 38-7 beat down the Patriots gave up. This was the game that everyone was ready to push the panic button. Oh boy, what's gonna happen to the Patriots? They fall 1-3. They came back home and they really let down a haymaker against the Miami Dolphins. The phony Miami Dolphins, Mike. Now that you have a day to sit with it, what's some things that stood out to you in this game?
Yeah, man, absolutely. Like you said, the Patriots got the huge win over the Miami Dolphins at Gillette, 38-7. And I just really believe that it was a game coming into it where it was a must-win. Yes, it was early in the season, only week 4, but I felt like the Patriots had something to prove. Knowing how they started the season, going 1-3, and they just seemed like they weren't clicking, especially in the last 2 games. So I felt Patriots had to come out in this game and play solid, have a dominant performance, and prove to not only the Dolphins but the rest of the league that they're still the ones to be feared in the NFL and especially in the AFC East. And that's what they did. Solid performance offensively, defensively. I think everything was clicking on all cylinders in every facet of the game, and they all played well. I think one thing that I definitely saw defensively, a lot of the hype that we felt about this Patriots defense coming into the regular season, they played well in a couple of preseason games. A couple of names stood out, Bentley, Claymore. Funny that I bring those names up because those are guys who probably aren't even a factor right now in the defense. But all around, the hype that we got from the defense leading into the season, it showed up in the first game of the season, and it kind of fell off the next 2 against Detroit and the Jacksonville Jaguars. But hey, the Patriots were this close to a shutout against the Miami Dolphins. They gave it that late garbage touchdown at the end, but the defense showed a lot. Really played solid. I'm definitely impressed with the secondary. I was surprised to find out that Jason McCourty, played pretty much all the snaps at cornerback across from Stephon Gilmore the whole game. He was the number 2 cornerback on the list. And is it because they lost confidence in the other guys that were kind of in front of him, like Rowe and I think Jonathan Jones is the other guy, or they just finally wanted to see what the other McCourty brother can do, and he played well. They didn't give any points. I think the secondary all around was very solid in the game in their coverage. So just happy about it. Patriots got a dominant win, and they can take the momentum and roll forward into the next game.
Yeah, speaking of the secondary, wow, messing up here. They also brought up J.C. Jackson, a guy that they drafted. They really liked during training camp. He had some playing time, Mike, and he had a big interception against Ryan Tannehill in that game as well. So, the secondary slowly, maturely has been improving. Miami Dolphins 3-0. They don't have an powerhouse offense. No one scares you out there. Kenny Stills, he's a good wide receiver, but he's not somebody that's gonna really put fear in your heart. Frank Gore's over the hill. Kenyon Drake, man, he's in the doghouse right now with the Miami Dolphins. I think he's their best playmaker, but they're not really playing him right now. So, Patriots, this was a good game for the Patriots to get their swagger back on the defensive end. But let's switch on to the offensive end real quick, Mike. Patriots might have a 1-2 punch tandem going on with this running back situation. Sony Michel and James White. They have another performance like this, man. We're gonna have to come up with a nickname, you and me. Give them some type of nickname. I don't know yet, but they are like balling. Yep. They are balling right now. Sony Michel, 112 yards rushing the ball and a touchdown. But then you had James White, who pitched in another 44 yards with 8 receptions, Mike, for I believe 70 yards. So that right there is dynamic. James White's becoming Brady's number 1 target on the offense with Edelman gone, and he's been delivering. And they also use James White in the running game a little bit too. You saw that rushing touchdown he had for 20 yards. He juked a couple of defenders to get this. So James White was getting busy in the running game. Sony Michel, it took him a couple of games, First game against Jacksonville Jaguars, not an easy task, but he was pushing hard. Lions game, I think the Patriots offense just sucked in total. And then they finally, were able to get some holes for Sony Michel, and he delivered. That guy runs really, really hard. So Patriots might have something here with James White, Sony Michel to get these chains moving. I loved what I saw from them too.
Yeah, it was definitely a solid combination of Michelle and White. I've always said leading up, to the regular season, I felt that James White was going to have a huge impact, bigger than he's ever had since he's been with the Patriots. I felt like this season he would actually really put his stamp down as one of, the most trustworthy backs in the league. And now you have Michelle coming into the mix. This is a guy who Patriots are very high on. They drafted him pretty high, and he showed, probably a lot of what people expected to see from him, being, a guy that the Patriots felt so highly about coming out of the draft. And if this was a game to kind of showcase, okay, the Patriots have a new tandem back there of James White and Sony Michel, everybody has to be very impressed with what they saw and, very hopeful and optimistic that these two guys can continue to improve with this offense, who will be getting a Julian Edelman back in the next game and will also continue to work in Josh Gordon. The reports coming out right now is that Rob Gronkowski's ankle injury isn't as bad as, probably some have thought. So, if you get Gronk ready to go, Edelman's back, Josh Gordon continues to get acclimated, and then Sony Michel and James White doing their thing in the backfield. Now you're talking about a New England Patriots offense that, is looking pretty solid. And that's all Tom Brady needs. He needs a couple of guys who he trusts out there that's healthy and ready to go and he can depend upon. And Tom Brady and the offense can take you a long way in the regular season and hopefully into the playoffs.
So Mike, we've been working together for a while now, maybe like 5-6+ years talking sports. And we used to do a segment called Contenders versus Pretenders. And if Miami Dolphins was on that list, we'll give them the biggest pretender. You have such a golden opportunity, right? Like Patriots, they're what you call a wounded. They were a wounded animal, hurt. They don't have their Edelman. Maybe Brady's not getting along with their coaches. They're 1-2. Things are not shining down in New England right now. You have a chance to really put your foot down their throats. You're already 3-0. Teams are starting to talk about you. You got a little success. Miami Dolphins is on ESPN. I never see Miami be talked about on ESPN since the Patriots were going undefeated and their old team was getting talked about. That's how long ago it has been. So Miami Dolphins get a little taste of success. They get a chance to, make a name for themselves, and pretty much got blown out, laid out, didn't score a point until Brock Osweiler came down and led the charge. That's how you know things are real sorry over there. Brock Osweiler had to get garbage time. So I'm a little disappointed, Mike. I'm a little disappointed that Miami Dolphins didn't really put up a fight against this New England Patriots team, but they're looking like a sorry team, and they have some struggles. They have some struggles going into the future.
Yeah, it was a golden opportunity for the Miami Dolphins. Looking at it from their perspective, they could have really come into this game and put their foot down and put their stamp on the AFC East with a dominant performance, a huge win over the Patriots, and go 4-0. While the rest of the AFC East is struggling, looking up at them. But even though as of right now the Dolphins are probably still number one in the AFC East because of their record, I think a lot of people's attention has shifted back to the New England Patriots being the dominant team in the AFC East. And, that's just what it's been over the last, 15, 16, 17 years, or whatever the case may be.
Don't look like nothing's going to change with that aspect.
The Dolphins screwed that up completely.
So once again, this is the Patriots Roundtable. You got your boy Mike Nice. Marvin is on. We hold it down after every Patriots game. Patriots post game. You can catch us live. It's always lit on the comments. We interact with everyone here. But we're holding it down right now at the Patriots Roundtable. Mike, Thursday night game. It's a quick turnaround. You beat the Miami Dolphins 38-7. Now you got the Indianapolis Colts, who are coming to New England. So they're coming here, and Colts are a little hobbled right now, Mike. They don't have anyone as a running back. And reports now on this Monday that we're filming it, that T.Y. Hilton might not be able to play Thursday night as well because he, I believe it's a hamstring injury that he suffered. So Colts are coming in hobbled. You're a little hot right now. I expect I'll say right now, a big victory from the Patriots once again. I expect another game where they're up at least by 14 easily. Gronk, you mentioned earlier, Mike, it doesn't seem like it's a real big issue. He should be able to play. He's questionable as of right now. But looking at this the Indianapolis Colts receiving core right now, no one scares me, especially when you take out a T.Y. Hilton. They have Ryan Grant, who's okay. Rodgers, who's gonna have to fill in a big role. I think it comes down to their tight end Ebron, if he can be their playmaker over there, because that's the only one, that's the only guy I know that can really, affect the Patriots anyhow. But you have Patrick Chung who's back now. So do you see any way that the Colts can make this a game?
I'm with you. Absolutely not. I feel like if the Dolphins was the team that the Patriots used to get their swagger back, their mojo back, like you said earlier in the segment, I feel like the Indianapolis Colts game is one that it just continues the momentum. And that's what you need. Get these two easy victories. I'll call the Indianapolis Colts another easy victory. Get this easy victory over Indianapolis Colts, and the Patriots be in a good position in terms of the confidence. It can only go up. The win they had against Dolphins put their confidence on a high level. Indianapolis Colts, the win they got over the Dolphins, I'm sorry. And now the Indianapolis Colts, you get a victory over them. It just continues to build. And, I wouldn't say it's, Brady or Gronk or Edelman don't really need so much of a, confidence boost. They already been there. They know what it's about.
Right.
But maybe some of the younger guys, some of the guys who are new to the team, who you don't really know what a winning tradition is like too much, they could be in a locker room or be around the guys and on the practice field and whatnot, knowing that, okay, we're on a roll now. This is what it feels to be playing good football with the New England Patriots. It was great to see Josh Gordon's post-game interview after the game, and he just felt like him and Tom Brady can only improve from what they started in this game and what they've been building in practice. And I feel like, obviously Edelman's back and he's probably going to get a lot of looks and targets come Thursday night, but Josh Gordon on the other side of the field or whatever the case may be, he's a guy that, like, a lot of us continue to say, if he's playing well, if he's fully locked in, that's a huge weapon for Tom Brady. And he looks and he sounds like a guy who's ready to lock in and take full advantage of his opportunities. So I feel like, similar to you, it's another beatdown coming up at Gillette Stadium. The Patriots definitely will win big over the Indianapolis Colts Thursday night for sure.
Look, it was over for the Colts. And it was over for the Dolphins once Brady started dancing, Mike. Once he started doing his little thing to that Kodak Black, it's over, man. Kodak Black got something. He even posted an IG video with this kid, and he's ready now. It looks like he's having a little fun. And if you got Brady having fun again, oh boy, it's gonna be a long day for you.
I'm telling you, man, Brady locked in, having fun, enjoying himself, and playing some solid football. It's a long day for any opponent that steps up against the Patriots every week. So good luck out there. But Brady's looking like he's getting to that surgical mode real soon.
So I got the Patriots winning 28-3. That's what I'm saying. 28-3, New England Patriots. Mike, what's your prediction?
I'm going to say another 30-point game. 30 plus is coming from the Patriots. I do feel like, oh, man, I'll give Andrew Luck the benefit of the doubt because I think Andrew Luck is a better quarterback than Ryan Tannehill.
Sure is.
So
without weapons.
Without weapons, it could be tough. We've seen this Patriots defense secondary at times give up some big yardage and have a couple of lapses here and there. I'll say they'll get 14 up on them, and I'll say another 38-14. Patriots score another 38. That's what I'll say for this.
I'd be happy with that as well.
I won't be mad at all, I tell you.